Yes, you do.
Talk to
I
plenty
do.
of rich men.
I do. I'm a rich man. I got an estate in Malibu. Okay.
An
2
estate?
acres. Yes.
Oh, I
2
would
acres.
like to see the paperwork.
Oh,
I
2
would like
acres.
to see the paperwork.
What's up, guys? 1000 HP Media back at you again. Back at you with some good content. As you guys see in the title and that thumbnail, we're talking about you guys love it, the Fresh and Fit podcast. Now, I haven't said anything about this podcast. As you all know, Mr. Organic, I think Mr. Organic has a #1 video on there when he was trying to shut that lady down. But I think that lady she must knew the real estate agent, because obviously she knew that this man did not own the house. I mean, it's kind of weird about that. But this podcast started out about a year ago. I literally stopped watching the podcast, not because it's not a good podcast or it's not informative. They literally had me contemplating, do I even want to deal with women anymore? So I had to cut it off, man. Like every day I'm watching it, they telling you, man, women they're gonna cheat on you. You know, we all know this. You know, if you've been dealing with women, you know, for a long time, like I have, I know this stuff. But this stuff, man, it's like, It's like, do you want guys to even deal with women? Because the stuff they talking about, man, like this is on a whole nother level. Now let's talk about it. The women on the show that are doing the show, basically, you know, these women aren't your everyday women. These women aren't your women who, you know, have a decent job, you know, living a regular life. These women are trying to get on. They're clout chasing. They looking for, you know, a ball player, something like that. So the kind of stuff that you hear these women talking about on the show, this is not indicative with real life, with meeting women in real life. Because these women, they looking for more than what I guess you would consider the average man can offer them. You know what I'm saying? And half of them broke anyway. I wouldn't say half of them. Maybe 75 to 80% of them are broke anyway. So they looking for a come up. They looking for, you know, something, you know, more than the average guy can get them that they don't even have in the first place. So we got two guys that's on the show. We got Myron and we got Fresh. Now, Fresh seems like more the cooler head guy. He seems like the guy who's actually pulling all the hoes. He seems like he's really pulling the women. You know, he's calm, collected. He puts his 2 cents in. You know, he let the women talk and stuff like that. But then you have Myron. Now, this dude, I don't know if, you know, he was like molested as a kid or something like that by women or something, or something happened in his life. And, you know, a lot of stuff he said is true and is 100%, but just the amount of conviction that this man has against women, I really don't know what was going on with him. You know what I'm saying? As you all know, it was some pictures floating around about him being a little bit of suspect and stuff like that. You got to understand, Myron is one of them guys who he dealt with a lot of white guys, and if you know white culture and you in college, they play around, they do pranks, you know, they play gay games and kiss and all that stuff like that. It's not nothing like he's really like, you know, gay or anything like that. You know, it's just they play around and they do that type of stuff. So they can pretty much drop all of that gay rumors and stuff like that. That's not even nothing, you know, that's not nothing. So, but as you see in the title and thumbnail, we're talking about how long do you think this Fresh and Fish podcast is really going to go? From what I see, they need to pretty much think about maybe broadening their content, because if you turn on the Fresh and Fit podcast, they got a panel of women. They got Myron, and of course they got Fresh, and they asking them questions about female nature and all this stuff like that. But the thing is, you know, every show, he's pretty much drilling the same information, just to a different group of women. And sometimes the same women be on there. You know, they just keep recycling the same kind of content. I mean, I don't see, you know, unless I like, you know, when they do the interview, the one-on-one interview and stuff like that. I think they need to kind of like broaden it out like that, because I don't see the podcast lasting, you know, another maybe 2-3 years, guys. I want you guys to get in the comments and just, what do you think? Do you think it's going to last? Do you even watch this podcast? Or did you watch the podcast and you was just like, well, I'm already hip on this stuff, and these women aren't even women that I'm gonna meet on, a regular day in the first place. So that's, it's up in the air. So a lot of people been coming down on the podcast. They're saying that they're racist or they only deal with white women and they pretty much buying these women through different websites and stuff like that. I mean, that could be true, but it is a show, it is a business, so they have to get these women on there. Like from what I'm understanding, a lot of these women that have to go get smashed to be on the show. It's like a weird funnel that these women do to get on the show. But that goes back to what I've been saying, to what I said earlier about these women. They pretty much do anything to get on. They trying to get on. They trying to boost their Instagram numbers. They trying to. If they got a YouTube channel, if they got an OnlyFans, if they got anything that they can promote on this show, if Myron or Fresh say jump, they say how high, because they're trying to get on. It's just that simple. They're trying to get on. It's nothing more than that. You know what I'm saying? So when you hear the women talking on the show, just take it with a grain of salt. These women aren't your average everyday women. These women in Miami. Okay, first of all, that's like the slut capital of America. If your girlfriend say, man, I'm going on a girl's trip to Miami, don't even call her, because she probably might be getting dick down. I mean, let's just be honest. She might be. You never know. Just let it ride, man. Let it ride, man. A lot of these women go on these girl trips, these vacations, and whatever happened on the vacation, they leave on the vacation. So don't even worry about it. Don't even trip. Just keep doing you. Also, as much time as they reel this information into people's heads, into guys' heads, you're not going to be able to stop the simps. There's too many of them. It's an army of simps. You know what I'm saying? So the simping will not stop. If anything, due to the pandemic and due to a lot of other things going on right now, closures, and I mean, people have been adapting to all these other ways of getting around it. The simping is at an all-time high. So while they can continue to drill this information, I don't really think, while people are going to wake up, and people have woke up, it's still going to be the group of guys who continue to just, don't even just disregard it and say, hey, man, I'm going to leave with my wallet, blah, 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 stuff like that. So last but not least, I know you guys seen the Off the Record podcast that DJ Academics has. And Brittany Renner was on there with Fresh and Fit podcast. Now, Brittany Renner is one of them women that would be on that panel. If she wasn't on, she would be on that panel. Trying to get on, trying to do whatever she can. Now, she doesn't want that to stop. She doesn't want, all of this information to get out, because that's her whole game. Her whole game is out there for display. So now that it's not about the regular guys, because they're not going to date her. Really, the guys who have enough money to deal with her are going to be hip. So her funnel is pretty much drying up right now. She's pretty much going to have to date guys outside of the whole scope of the internet entertainment and stuff like that. She's not, she already finessed PJ Washington, a couple of the guys she finessed. So with that, Fresh and Fit, they on to something with that. They need to really start doing interviews with Instagram models who's already popping and get their point of view on the industry, what's going on with, women and men and all that stuff like that. I think that's their new lane. Instead of having these bum women, they're trying to get on the panel. They need to have them women on there. Just 100% just them, and do podcasts like that. So if they don't do that, I'm not sure how long it would last. What do you guys think about it? Do you think that the Fresh and Fit podcast is going to last another 5 years, or there's 2 years left? What do you think the expiration date is? I need to hear this in the comment section. I want you guys to like, comment, and subscribe. Follow me on Instagram, 1000HP Media, and I'll see you in the next one.